It's time to talk about constipation again. I've made a few videos in the past about constipation and I thought the topic was done and dusted, but I did not realize that constipation is such a big and widespread problem even among people that are already on the carnivore diet. Let's talk about this in today's video. Welcome back to my channel. I am Sylvia. I'm a carnivore diet coach and a big city mom. If you go to the conventional doctor to get help with your constipation, you will be asked to eat more fiber, drink more water, and if this doesn't work, you'll be given some laxatives. And then if you can't cope with your bowel movement other than using of laxatives, then you'll be classified as idiopathic chronic constipation, and that is your condition for life, and you'll have to deal with it with the help of laxatives. There are many different reasons as to why constipation can occur, but the major cause, especially for those that already transitioned to the carnivore diet and they still deal with constipation, is impaired bowel production. In other words, your liver doesn't produce enough enzymes that break down fat. Other reasons for chronic constipations is excessive intake of painkillers, of prescription medication, and a diet very high in fiber. Yes, you heard it right. It's not the fiber that makes it easier to go to the bathroom. Oftentimes, fiber is the one that makes people constipated. In fact, there has been a study carried out where about 63 subjects were divided into 3 groups. Lots of fiber, some fiber, and no fiber. All of them had chronic idiopathic constipation. And those that went on a diet that was devoid of fiber resolved their constipation completely. It is a NIH study. I will actually link it in the description box, so check it out. Crazy stuff, right? In my experience working with people now for quite a few years, I can confidently tell that about 80 to 85% of people that go on the carnivore diet resolve their constipation just by going on the carnivore diet. And that was also the case with me. I had chronic constipation most of my adult life, and 2 weeks on the carnivore diet and the constipation went away to never come back. However, there is a group of people that even if they are on the carnivore diet few months, they still deal with constipation. So let's have a look behind the curtain and see what can be done to people that are on the carnivore diet for a few months and things are not happening as they should. First things first, a low-hanging fruit, dairy, a very common thing that causes people constipation. So if you are on a carnivore diet and consuming dairy and you're still dealing with constipation, even if you are consuming very tiny amounts of dairy, sort of as a condiment in your carnivore diet, remove it and see what happens. Okay, if dairy didn't solve your problem, then another thing to look at is your fat to protein ratio. As I mentioned in the beginning of my video, the major cause of constipation if you are on the carnivore diet is impaired bile production. So your body's inability to efficiently break down fats. If you train your body to eat more fat and to start secreting more enzymes, your constipation may resolve this way. So if you like to switch to the version of the carnivore diet called paleo-ketogenic diet, you would be eating about 80% to 85% of your calories from saturated fats, and the rest would be proteins. Or you would double the amount of fat to proteins that you eat daily. So 2 to 1 fat to protein ratio by dry matter. This is defined by Paleo Medicina in Hungary. I will link their website in the description box. Check them out. I've noticed one other very interesting thing. It seems to be the case with all the former vegans and vegetarians. These are the cases that struggle the most with resolving of chronic constipation, even if they are already on the carnivore diet for a few months. So it seems that years of consuming of the fiber, and all the phytonutrients seem to really confuse our gut microbiomes, and our bowel movements is seriously impaired, and it takes really long time to get it back to normal. On the other hand, there is also another phenomena where by increasing proteins, constipation gets resolved. Now, this group of people is really, really small. So when I work with my clients on the chronic constipation and they can't address it with the increased fat consumption, we try to switch it to proteins. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I would say there's about 15% success rate when we switch from eating more fat to eating more proteins. Let's talk about lean muscle fiber from red meat, because if you eat lean red muscle fiber, that can cause you constipation. There's not that many people that respond to the lean meats this way, but there is a group of people that will deal with constipation because they eat lean New York strip or ranch steak and then they feel constipated. What you need to do if this is your situation is to add a lot more gelatinous meats to your diet. Think of a joint tissue, bone marrow, chicken feet, skin of the animal, and some organ meats. Typically, if you are a victim of lean muscle fiber constipation, gelatinous meat will take care of your problem. Okay, and finally, let's talk about small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, SIBO. We have two types of these critters, hydrogen bacteria and methane generating bacteria. And if you are the lucky one with the methane generating bacteria, they secrete toxins that paralyze the smooth muscles of your digestive tract, preventing your food from moving down as it should. If this is the case with you, you definitely should be on the carnivore diet, but you may have to alter it a little bit to address SIBO alone. When it comes to SIBO, in about 80% of cases, it will get better just within a few weeks of being on the carnivore diet. But again, there is a group of people that just have hard time tackling SIBO and related to it, constipation, so they have to alter their diet. And the typical maneuvers are to remove eggs, remove dairy. If you're drinking coffee or tea, that has to go as well. And then try different types of meats. Sometimes removing of pork helps, sometimes adding of lamb or removing of lamb, sometimes beef works better, sometimes pork works better. So you have to really test and see which one works for you. Also, in addition to that, a lot of my clients will aid themselves by taking digestive enzymes or bitters, or sometimes they go for a natural antibiotic, so things that are based on like ginger and garlic, or they will take regular antibiotic and then they continue with the carnivore diet for maintenance. Alright, so this will do it for this week's video. If you are the one unlucky one that is on a carnivore diet doing well with everything, but that constipation just won't go away, perhaps I give you some other ideas how else you can tackle it and get yourself on the road to full recovery and very regular bowel movements. If you like to be coached by me, the links are in the description box. Share it with anybody that is dealing with constipation. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!